Hey, good morning, knife nerds and everyday care people. It's your boy, the Big Canucker, and I'm back in my office. Well, upstairs bedroom anyway. I'm back in my office. You know, I'm in Lethbridge, Alberta, and we had to do another COVID lockdown here right away, and damn it, I forgot to get a haircut. I'm to the point now where I don't go to hairstylists, I go to barbers, and there's one lady who cuts my hair, and I go sit there, and I'm the youngest guy there all the time. it's Yeah, I'm the youngest guy there all the time. I think the median age of her customers are like 77. So, very very nice lady here, and damn it, I should have visited her. Well, anyway, what I wanted to talk to you guys about today is Worksharp. Now, this is a little Worksharp sharpener. It's just a two-sided sharpener that I purchased, and it's an excellent little sharpener. Don't get me wrong. And I have used this for just mainly, I've used it on a few knives and sharpen my boy's knife just to give it a go, and it does the trick. I mean, it's nothing super fancy. There's a review. I'll leave a link if you guys want to see the review of the total package of Worksharp. Just a portable sharpener. You can stick it in your pocket if you need be, and extremely light. Only weighs a couple of ounces. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to have this be my purpose-built, just my not my whole kitchen knives, because I've got some very big knives and stuff like that, but just on my little paring knives and stuff like that. Some paring knives that are the little ones that are this long, and 6-inch paring knife. Those ones I used most of the time, and I like to make sure there's a nice razor sharp edge on it all the time. So this seems to sharpen really, really nice. It was some diamond grit. It was the coarse side, and it was fairly coarse at the beginning, but it seems to have lightened up a little bit. And then you move on to your finishing here with your ceramic. And so what I'm going to do, because I think this needs it a little bit, is I'm going to take a couple of little wooden pegs that I've kind of cut to size, and I want to glue them on the side here. And then once I've got them glued, I want to put some strapping material, some leather on there, and then use these sides as just little strops, because I think that's what this needs. Just comes off the hone, give it a little bit of strap on the side, Bob's your uncle, and I'm ready to cut up my tomatoes. So that's what the project is here for today. Now, I will try to do some little bit of fast forward editing and stuff like that, uh, and see if I can do that. I'm not a super editor guy. I'll see what I can do about it. But just some of the stuff that I'm going to need. Of course, I'm going to need two little flat pieces of wood that cut to fit inside this little hollow here on the sides. Of course, I'm going to need some leather. And this leather here, I ended up getting a long time ago at Michael's. It was a bag of just leather cast-offs, and it was very cheap. I think it was $10 or something like that. And it's just hunks of leather, different colors and stuff like that. But there is a leather shop here in Lethbridge, and I'll be darned if I can remember the name. And that's where I've gone to get little pieces of vegetable tanned leather. And the guy is a really, really nice guy. He'll cut the leather to whatever size I want it to be. He'll thin it out a little bit. And I'm going to go see him again. I just happen to have this leather here. I'm going to use it up, and then from then I'm going to make some more strops and some stropping stuff. And I'm going to go and see him. And I want to get some really, really, just a little bit off topic. I want to get some really super thin leather for some glass blanks that I have for my KME system. I don't have any stropping for my KME. After I've done my KME, I've got a Gridomatic stone holder, and it'll allow me to use the Edge Pro blanks or the KME blanks or any of them in between. And I've got a bunch of glass blanks I want to glue some leather to and make some leather strops. So whatever, a little bit off topic. So gonna need my leather, gonna need my wood, gonna need my Worksharp stuff. I'm going to actually use some weld bond to glue the leather onto the wood. I've also got this here, which is a primer cleaner. Now, this Worksharp and it's made of kind of a plastic. And now, what this primer cleaner does is actually for ABS. Now, you can get this stuff, or you can get some other stuff. It's called adhesion promoter. Now, what that is, it's just simply a cleaning compound as well as an etching compound. Now you can't see, maybe you can, but if you see any sort of your plastic that has got that shine on it, that's not conducive to having glue stick to it. Now, you can get some PTFE plastic that doesn't matter what the glue won't stick to it unless you chemically etch it. And that's all that's doing here is it's just taking that shine off the plastic, and at a microscopic level, it's making little bumps so so the glue will stick to it rather than a super smooth surface that the glue will just peel off. So that's what that's doing. That's chemically etching your glue. So it's either this primer cleaner or a adhesion promoter is what the other stuff's called. And you know what? Your plastic may not need it, but it's always just better than safe than sorry. And of course, I've got a clamp here. I'm going to clamp everything together once it's kind of glued. And then this is what I'm going to use to stick the wood to the sides. It's kind of a nice thick two-part epoxy. This stuff is amazing. It's actually called Replast, and it's sold by, oh, give me a second here. I lost my face. It's sold by my company Worth. It's basically a structural adhesive urethane, and it is unbelievable stuff. And so it's just, I'm going to squirt it on some plastic because every time you use one of these, this is made for auto body. It'll glue like panels on. It's stronger than a weld, this stuff. I've used it to fix garbage can lids that just take a pounding, and it's unbelievable stuff. But every time you go to use a two-part epoxy, you got to have one of these mixing tubes, and it wastes a whole bunch. So rather than do that, I usually take this mixing tube off, squirt some on a piece of cardboard, get a little wooden spatula, mix it all up, and then apply it by hand. So that's what I'm going to do with this stuff right here, okay? So this is, yeah. So I'm going to get myself set up here. I'm going to see if I can do the old time lapse, and yeah, all right. And then once I get her all used up, or once I get her all glued up with everything, I am going to apply some compound. And just some green compound I'm going to use. And I got this from Princess Auto. I've got some Stropman compound that's pretty good stuff in different colors. This stuff here is just, I'll try to find the name of this stuff in a bit, but it seems like it's really super hard. It's hard to apply to leather, but it does a really, really good job. So one of these, or I might run downstairs and grab my Stropman compounds, because I think I'm going to do a green on one side and a black on the other, just to give it that little bit of white compound. I like white compound, but it seems like it cut polishes quite a bit, and it just seems like it gets so sticky after a bit. The white compound, it cuts very fast, does a really good job of polishing, but it gets so sticky. I just seem to like that black compound that cuts and doesn't seem like it ever gets loaded up and sticky. And then the final polish is the green. And I'll probably get my Stropman stuff because it goes on a little bit nicer. All right, see you in a bit here, due to the camera magic here. All right, so just to so this stuff is on there, and as soon as you put that primer on there, it almost starts to melt this plastic a little bit. This is pretty strong stuff, so yeah, that's why I kind of dabbed a little bit. I don't want it to sit there because usually what you do is you wipe it on, you let it flash off, but I think it would just be a little bit too melty with this particular plastic because that's more for ABS. But I do have some other stuff that's not quite as strong. I just can't find it. It's called the adhesion promoter, so that's why I kind of took that away. All right, back to the old Speed up video. All right, welcome back, knife nerds. This is take 27. I'm not exactly sure what's happening here, but okay, technical difficulties, but we are back. So now we have got our little strops glued to our pieces of wood. So now what we want to do is we want to take our epoxy and just put it along here. So these, now it looks like it's shiny. Um, Normally, but you can't tell here that the edge is it's roughed up quite a bit. So now what I used the primer cleaner for ABS plastic on here, and what it does is it microscopically etches it. Uh, the other stuff, adhesion promoter, does the same thing, just a little bit different, takes the shine off real shiny plastic, and it just helps the epoxy set. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just set some epoxy here on this piece of cardboard I got from one of the kids' toys for Christmas here that I've wrapped already. This is a bath time activity set piece of cardboard for the granddaughter so she can paint the walls on the bathroom. So let us do that, and then we will glue and clamp, and that shall be it. And then I will put some compound on there and use it. So now, so normally this kind of compound is used for auto body, and it is um, you just use a new tube every time, but this just seems like such a waste because you basically, these are quite expensive themselves, these tubes, and you need a tube every time you apply it. So if I just squirt some on the cardboard, mix it with this little thing, and apply it by hand, I'll save myself a whole pile of money on these little mixing tubes, and I won't waste as much because I'm not sure what's in it. Maybe about an ounce of product every time. So just usually squirt it on. There we go. And then I will just mix it up. Now this particular stuff here gives me quite a bit of time to work with, and it doesn't set up really fast. This stuff here gives me, I think it's 30-minute clamp time. It's called Replast 3.5 inch, and or 3.5 minutes. So it gives you 3.5 minutes of kind of work time. No, 10 minutes of clamp time, and then after 30 minutes, it will you can sand it. So, and it is extremely strong, really, really strong. So I just want to see that goes there. That's good. This one goes right there. That's pretty good like that. Okay, so now I will clamp this stuff. Try not to get some on the I don't want to get any on the there, that goes on there quite well. Okay. Don't want to get any on the stone or on the diamonds. Then I'm going to load this bugger up with some compound, some green compound on one side, some black on the other, and I've got my sharpening tool with my straw. Oh yeah, it sits right in there, perfect as perfect can be. So now what we want to do is clamp with these clamps. Oh, ah. Okay. There we go. Now we'll let that sit for, I don't know, quite say 10 minutes or so, and that should get her good. And then I'll be back to apply the compound and give her a little bit of a go. All right. Hey, and we're back. And she's been a bit, so let's take off the clamps and let's see how she's doing. Oh, look at that. I don't think that that looks too bad for a mod, eh? So now these are the two Stropman strop compounds I'm going to use. I ended up getting a Stropman 4 Max something 4. It's anyways, it was a four-sided strop here, right here. And so far it's been a great strop, four-sided. Really, really has sharpened a lot of knives with that. And I'm going to use the compound. So I'm going to use a gray compound, which is quite coarse, and then I'm going to use this green rouge or green compound, which is kind of a polish. And that will give me the idea here. So probably going to use green on this side for no apparent reason other than that is my mind. Oh, and somebody's texting me. Who is texting me? Oh, that is my wife. What is she saying? She is saying, forgot my soup. Oh, darn it. All right, so let's, yes, I have been Mr. Homebody, so I made my wife some soup, and that's what we had for supper. So there's the green compound, and here is going to be the dark gray compound. Now this is going to be more of a, the gray side is going to be kind of a cut, so sometimes I may not want to completely use my stones on here. I just maybe want to strop it, and let's see how she works. So now this is just one of the little knives I'm talking about. We actually had these custom made for us, and they've got a little thing on there. I'm not sure you can say it. It is Duo Fio Unos, which is Latin for two becomes one. And it's just my wife and I. The same thing with a tattoo, Duo Fio Unos. My wife and I, we got married. That's what we were. Two became one. So, all right, let's maybe put that up a little bit. Just a little bit so I'm not ducking down. We'll give it a little bit of a, so normally we'd cut like this. There, there, however many times I want to do it. Great. And this is fairly sharp. I actually just kind of put it through there. And on the old ceramic. And then, of course, we want to give the oldest side. Oh, yeah, that's perfect. Gonna work perfectly. And now we finish it off with the green. Give it a little bit of wipe off so I'm not contaminating. And there we go. Oh, stropping up so well. And you can see how the compound's changing colors already. And so what I might end up doing is I might end up taking a little bit of a heat gun and heating this compound up and soaking it in there really, really well. I just kind of wanted to have a little bit of a proof of concept here. And yeah, look at that. Just right through the old paper towel. She's damn sharp. Now that'll cut a carrot. So that's my little Worksharp mod. That's the end of it. And I've got lots of Worksharp product. I've got a Worksharp Canadian belt-driven system. I've got this little pocket sharpener. I've got another one that's got a coarse diamond, smooth diamond, and then it's got the ceramic that you turn, and then it's got a little strop on the other side. So I've got that one. What other Worksharp products do I have? Um, yeah, I've got a Worksharp rod system. I just, I was talking to a guy named Josh, and I was trying to get a Worksharp, the new guided rod system. I wanted to give it a try out, and said I wasn't big enough to get one, so I made a deal with a few of the YouTubers, and four of us were going to have ourselves a little bit of a pass around group, and the bastard stiffed me. I don't know what happened to him. So Josh, if you see this, you son of a bitch, you better. I'm just kidding. You're probably a busy guy. I'm just teasing. So I like the Worksharp product. This will make it a little bit better. This will be my perfect little kitchen sharpener. Hope this helped you out. Hope you guys stay safe out there. I hope you guys have a wonderful Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and all that stuff. Please keep your stick on the ice, the shiny side up. This is the Big Canucker saying adios.